here we enter the dark recesses of the furnace room, wherein lies the homebrew Powerwall. Kind of robbed that name from Tesla, obviously, but I don't think they're going to mind. I can't hardly compete with them. So we have the 1972 service panels there, main panel and sub panel, to which was added last fall the combiner box for the N-phase microinverters. That brings power from the solar panels into the service panel. Sorry about the jumpy video. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm just using an old Motorola camera. What's new is the components below that. So we have, first of all, on the bottom, the battery pack. And that came from bigbattery.com. Then we have an inverter / charger to charge the batteries, and a selector switch, which gives me the ability to transfer off the grid and on battery power. So I'm going to turn the battery on, and it lights up pretty quick. 55.5 volts, 100% charge. Might as well turn the inverter on too. It's working. Testing the battery. The flashing yellow means it's going to charge. That'll turn green in a minute and go to float charge. So the battery is 5.6 kilowatt hours, which is sufficient to keep me going for 20 hours roughly of normal use in the house. And the inverter, 4,000 watts, which can surge to 12,000 watts, so it'll start big motors such as water pumps and perhaps air conditioners. I haven't tested that yet. Love this box. It really works nicely, and the price was good too. So we have the remainder of the components, which all came from local stores like Home Depot, Menards, and Lowe's. Except this transfer switch, which came from Amazon. 18 bucks for this switch. Of course, it takes a little haggling to get it together, but that's all there is to the system. So when the transfer switch is in the grid position, the disconnect is, of course, closed, so the house is connected to the grid. And now the inverter charger charges the battery from either the grid or solar. If you have solar, it's going to want to satisfy this first. You don't have to have solar though. You can charge the battery off the grid and use this as if it were a generator that'll run for a whole lot longer than a gas generator will. So in the event that we lose connection to the grid goes down, it's a pretty simple matter to first go in the other room and shut off the disconnect, open that, and once you do, you just turn this transfer switch over to backup. I'm not going to do that because I'm not disconnected from the grid. You've got to be sure that you are first. And then the energy from the battery at 48 volts nominal DC goes to the inverter, which backfeeds the main panel to power the house. It's that simple. Now, Tesla's system would be fully automatic. This being manual, there's kind of some advantages to being manual, frankly. I don't know that I want to switch the battery back up immediately if the grid goes down. I might wait a while. So here I've got a new label because they moved some breakers around. You can see the old yellowed panel. I got to replace that with some brighter paper and make it look nice. But that's a future project. Nothing needs to be shut off, but just to be safe, it's a good idea to disconnect the oven, the welder, compressor, the dryer, and anything else that's not really necessary. So what can this system do for me? Well, it essentially gives me normal life for about 20 hours or more in the event of a power failure. So it will drive the water pump, both furnaces, computers, entertainment system, refrigerator, All the normal stuff you use from day to day. What it won't power is those high load items, like garage items, like a welder, compressor, and all that stuff. So I can't play in the garage during a power outage unless I fire up the generator, which is still possible. That's really all there is to it. I don't think we've ever had a power failure that went beyond 4 days, and most of them are on the order of hours, maybe 8 or 9 hours tops. So the battery backup will take care of any storm event, but it probably won't take care of anything like that 4-day outage we had one August when the grid just failed. But then I've still got a backup generator, which I will likely sell because an idling pickup truck will do pretty much the same thing. So there's the system. I'm going to give you the cost breakdown and the strategy, why I chose a manual system over an automatic one. One was cost, yes, but the ability to transfer when you want is kind of nice, and it's real simple. So let's go on with the strategy and cost.